might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Horror, and more specifically paranormal horror, has been a genre that dates back centuries. Its roots date back to folklore, often used to scare young children into good behavior. Since then, it has integrated its way into modern film. The genre itself can be identified by its desire to evoke emotion. The genre especially looks to make the audience uncomfortable and present a sense of the unknown. Movies like The Exorcist in the 1970s and Poltergeist in the 80s marked a surge in the paranormal horror genre. They also set the bar for exactly what it takes to create a paranormal horror movie. The horror genre asks viewers to face their deepest fears. The Exorcist left a mark on cinema history with its terrifying imagery, both subtle and overt. The Exorcist also puts forth the idea of a world in which God exists, though not always there to immediately save the innocent from torment. The story then tells those with faith that they are correct in their beliefs, yet simultaneously creating a world in which their darkest fears exist.
Make it stop! He's trying to kill me! Mother! Make it...
All right, let's see what to do. Keep away! The soul is mine!
Films like The Conjuring, which are a part of the new era of paranormal horror, also play off of the same tropes that The Exorcist created. The dramatization of the destruction of innocence, mentally, physically, and spiritually, by entities of evil is always a large part of the paranormal subgenre. The genre often expresses this loss of innocence through the subject of a young girl, as shown through Regan in The Exorcist, Carol Ann in Poltergeist, the 5 Perron daughters in The Conjuring, and Katie in Paranormal Activity, whose haunting as a young girl is discovered in the sequels. Poltergeist inspects fears of the typical suburban family. It presents the dark side of suburban life in a nightmare, while also showcasing an idealistic view of a family's fight against the odds and inevitably overcoming disaster and demonic forces. Paranormal Activity also takes a look at this traditional suburban nightmare, while also taking cues from more modern films through its use of found footage style. And while The Exorcist and The Conjuring focus most of their story on the possession of a personal soul, Poltergeist and Paranormal Activity focus on the possession and invasion of a space, in both places, the space being the seemingly safe suburban home.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you here?
Something out there.
And while Poltergeist told the story of paranormal possession with a more family-friendly tone, darker films like Paranormal Activity are still able to pull elements of the 1980s film. Some of the same technical and visual elements can be seen in both films. Since the resurgence of the paranormal horror genre in the past decade, many sequels and franchises have spawned. Each of these new installations still use many of the techniques and scares created by the classics that came before them. And though popularity of genres rise and fall, the production of new technology in film and media have given the paranormal horror genre a chance to improve its quality of storytelling and create tales that will continue to haunt the next generations in the same way Regan McNeil did 4 decades ago.
Your mother's in here with his cars. Would you like to leave a message? I see that she gets it.